Again, all right. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so again, this is your Sergel, and our discussion for tonight is the reproductive system, still under pa rin tayo ng animal science and animal physiology. So, pagdating po kasi sa reproductive system, no, there are a lot of things that we need to know, especially the hormones that included, no, sa reproductive system. And reproductive system is also, let's say, a prerequisite in order for us to know, no, and understand animal breeding and genetics, no. Kung sa digestive system, we talk about like it's kinda animal nutrition na yung, sense ng lecture, but here in the reproductive system is para siyang may pagka-breeding and genetics na siya. Okay, so I want you to, understand this topic because this very important during the board examination. So, ano yung pinaka-highlight na gawin natin dito is that after you listen to my class tonight, okay, I want you to listen it again tomorrow morning kasi this is very important talaga na discussion among all the topics in animal physiology. Okay? Yeah, so yun. I-discuss ko pala yung rumination processes during endocrine system, ha? Okay, so let's continue. So when we talk about reproductive system, ano ibig sabihin ng reproductive system? Ibig sabihin, paano nabubuo ang isang offspring? Okay, paano nabubuo yung zygote? Okay, ano nga ba yung sperm? Ano nga ba yung egg cell? Ganon. So what are the parts, no, meron sa reproductive system? Okay, and this is also one of my favorites, no, sa na topic sa animal physiology. In the board examination, ito yung pinakagusto kong topics because this also give me interest na parang it's somehow related to what is actually happening in real life. No, not just only human. So I hope that everyone is open-minded because there's a lot of terminologies. Baka may mas sabi si sir na which is bastos. So that is actually under reproductive system. Okay, so I hope you are open-minded on that and just think like you know this is for tawag diyan, this is for knowledge and study purposes, educational purposes ito. So kailangan you should be aware of it. Okay, so wag maging ignorante. Ayun. So what is our objectives? So what are the objectives in this slides? We have the role of mitosis and meiosis. As what I have said, nag-discuss tayo ng mitosis and meiosis nung animal cell tayo, right? Okay? We already talked about mitosis and meiosis in the production of gametes. So this one, we will talk about the gametes kasi pag sinabi nating gametes, it is sperm and ova. Hindi lang siya sperm, hindi lang din siya ova. Kasi ang tawag gametes or gametogenesis ang term. Gametes or gametogenesis. Pag sinabing gametogenesis, saan ba nagmula yung sperm? Saan ba nagmula yung ova? Paano nabuo? Okay, so but we will discuss that more on the next slide. And then that gametes are haploid cells, no? That gametes is also a haploid cells. That fertilization forms a diploid zygote. Bakit naging haploid tapos naging diploid agad? So the major parts of the male reproductive system and their functions. And then the root sperm travel along the male reproductive tract to reach the penis. And then the structure of a sperm and the difference between sperm and semen. Ano pinagkaiba? And the difference between infertility and potence, pati yung isa pa. Ano yung term ng isa nakalimutan ko na. So meron yan, fertility, impotence, tsaka letter C yun, nasa dulo ng aking dila. And then the main parts of the female reproductive system, pag-uusapan natin. So ibig sabihin, di-discuss natin yung male reproductive system and also the female reproductive system. And there are a lot of hormones included, which is part of the process in the female reproductive system, especially in the menstruations and pregnancy. Okay, and then we have also the estrocycle, ano yung estrocycle, then signs of in-heat ng rodents, dogs, cats, and cattle, and also the swine. And then the process of fertilization. So actually, we will talk about more pagdating sa estrocycle and signs of heat when we already reach production and management kasi isa-isahin natin yung ruminants and non-ruminants. Example, swine management, yun. Isa-isahin natin sila and I'll be discussing more about the science of heat also. Kasi lumalabas yan sa board exam and then The process of fertilization, paano yung process of fertilization and how it occurs in the female tract in the uterus horn. And then what is a morella? Ano nga ba yung morella? Sorry, morella and blastocyst. Yung makikilala nyo na sila. And then also at the same time, the placenta and its function. Again, how will you know if it is a true mammoth? A true mammoth has a placenta. Okay? Now, let's define first the reproductive system. When you say when you say reproductive system, it is a biological term. Sexual reproduction involves the union of gametes. So, ano yung sinabi ko? Pag gametes, hindi lang siya sperm, but it is a sperm and the ova. So, it defines or identifies the sperm and the ova. Produced by two parents. So, each gamete is formed by meiosis. So pag meiosis, this means each contains only half of the chromosomes of the body of the cell. So meaning they are haploid. Okay? So each of the gamete like sperm cell is haploid and the egg cell is haploid. So they are producing or they are producing or they are with this haploid chromosomes that has a genetics from the parents. Okay, and then fertilization results in the joining of the male and the female gametes to form a zygote. Okay, so which contains the full number of the chromosomes, which is the diploid. Because after being this haploid and haploid form in one, and that will give you a zygote. Okay, that will give you a zygote. Kasi a zygote, that is what we call during the copulation or kasi during the copulation, there is a conception happening. Conception. Conception is yung where the tawag dyan, yung process of the sperm and the ovum is meeting each other. Yun ang ibig sabihin, conception. So pag nag-meet na yun sila, so when the sperm is tawag yun, na-fertilize niya na yung ovum, ang nangyayari ngayon is we have the called zygote. Okay? So ibig sabihin the ovum is being fertilized by spermatozoa. Okay? And then which contains the full number of chromosomes, which is the diploid kasi that's what we call the zygote then starts to divide by mitosis and to form a new animal with all its body cells containing chromosomes that are identical for those of the original zygote. So again, kaya nga nagkakaroon ng half chromosomes from its parents kasi wanted to at least secure the identification from its parents para malaman na anak ko pala ito. Okay, this is my legit uh, uh, offspring, ganun. Para malaman. Kaya nga 'di ba pag example nawala yung anak niyo and then biglang sumulpot yung anak niyo how many years 'no. So what they're going to do 'no, the parents will ask for DNA. Okay, so pag magpa-DNA kaya nga kailangan i-check kinukuha talaga sa DNA or sa chromosomes kasi the chromosomes is the unique identical 'no, a unique identification where you can kung saan yun nasasabi na they are the parents. Okay, they are the parents. Okay, they are that is the legit child. Okay, so yun. And this part right here is sample of ano ba to siya? Hmm, dali. Swine nata ito eh. This is swine uh, male reproductive system. Basta this is a male reproductive system, whether it's swine or not. Ayun, male reproductive system. So, as you can see, so I want you to familiarize its parts. Okay? So, especially ito yung i-familiarize ninyo because this is very important. Yung testes, yung tail of epididymis, scrotum, ayan, si bladder, ureter, alam niyo naman 'yan, and then we have si ampulla. Okay, so familiarize niyo lang 'yan kasi, tawag diyan, para hindi kayo malito mamaya sa discussion. And we have also this one for female reproductive system, example, coming from the horse. So we have vulva, vagina, ayan, cervix, horns, excuse me. Yeah, cervix, horns, horn of uterus, and the ovary. Okay, and then yan. Vestibule and bladder, yan, body of uterus, and then we have the fallopian tube. Okay, so yan. I want you to be familiarized on this kasi para alam niyo yung mga functions nila. Okay, so and now let's define fertilization. Okay, fertilization, sorry, in most fish, okay, in most fish, and amphibia, frogs and toads, fertilization of mga cold-blooded type of animals, fertilization of the egg cell takes place outside the body. Diba sa labas? Sa labas nila nililay down yung mga, nilays niya yung mga egg nila. And then yung male, dinedepositan ng male ng sperm. Okay? So ayun, tsaka binabantayan na siya din ng male tsaka female yung eggs sa labas. Pag sa fish and amphibia. And reptiles and birds naman, eggs are fertilized inside the body when the male deposits the sperm inside the egg duct of the female. No, example ganito, yun, pine-fertilize sa loob and then it will come out with an egg. Okay? And then nagkakaroon ng, it's surrounded by a resistant shell which is matigas siya na shell. So saan din nangyayari yung development, completes the development of the embryo which is sa labas. Okay? So laid by the female and the embryo completes its development inside the egg, which is yung egg ay nasa labas. Okay? So yung zygote na sinasabi ko, no, after this rooster, let's say the rooster fertilized, no, the hen or copulate the hen, and then there will come the conception, and then we have here the zygote which is fertilized by the spermatozoa coming from the rooster. So, ang nangyari ngayon is that na-fertilize yung egg and then after that magkakaroon na yun ng processed. So, actually we will be discuss on that, sa chicken also. Kasi, baka malito kayo mga albumen, paano nagkaroon ng resistant shell, bakit matigas yung shell, paano nangyari yung shell. So ayun, so saka pa yun siya ilalabas. Pag nilalabas na siya, so yung continuation of the development of the egg inside the shell is of the embryo para inside the egg, sorry, inside the eggs. So that will be developed outside, no, outside the hen. Okay? So in mammals, the sperm are placed in the body of the female and the eggs are fertilized internally. Meaning, sa loob siya, the same thing also with the birds, no, sa loob ang fertilization, of course. However, sa mammals is different. Like the development of the embryo is inside, no, inside of the mammary gland. Okay? So inside the mammary, sorry, mammary, ano pa yun? Dede pala yun, sorry. Mammary gland tuloy. Inside the ano tawag diyan, horns o uterine horns, okay, inside of the uterine horns. So, they then develop to quite an advanced stage inside the body of the female. When they are born, they are fed on milk secreted from the mammary glands and protected by their parents until they become independent. So, yun, after 'di ba nga binubuo ngayon dine-develop yung, sa loob 'no, sa loob ng tiyan and then, ang nangyari ngayon sa loob ng uterine horn, so 'pag inilabas na, in order for that, um, like mammal na mag-grow and develop na siya, so ibig sabihin nakakahinga na siya, trying to, acquire the environment. So yun, ang nangyayari is that this, what we call as mammal, is taking a milk from their parents' mammary gland. Okay? So we have the sexual reproduction in mammals. The reproductive organs of the mammals produce the gametes. Pag sabing gametes, ulitin ko, spermatozoa at saka egg. Okay? Help them fertilize and then support the developing embryo. Okay? And then we have the male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes. Again, one pair of the testes. Pero there are actually many types of testes. So there are testes that is actually inside of the body and some of them are outside. So example like a chicken, you cannot see it outside, right? So sa loob yun. Kaya ang tawag sa kanila is kapon. Kaya kinakapon natin sila because we are getting the testes from inside of it. Okay? So merong testes sa loob, that is what we call kapon. Pero pag sa labas yun, merong, anong term ng ang labas nga tawag doon? Meron talagang term 'yan. So, yung example labas is minsan yung nagabitay ba, ang tawag diyan, yung nagabitay. So, that is what we call, ah, castration, yun, nagkaka-castrate tayo. So, hindi mo puwede sabihin na ikapon natin yung ano, ikapon natin yung aso. Hindi gano'n ha, mali yun. Hindi natin ikapon hindi natin ikapon ang aso, i-castrate natin yung aso. Okay, tapos 'pag sinabi sa bore naman 'no, marami talaga akong naririnig na ganyan, even a licensed agriculture, the same thing also I heard from them. So mali yun, walang walang kinakapon na aso, wala din kinakapon na swine. They are all castrated, yun, okey? 'Pag sa tao naman circumcise ang term, kasi hindi naman tayo kinukuhaan ng testes, yung mga male, yung mga tao. Hindi po ano dun castration ang tawag sa tao. Circumcise po, tinutuli, okey, hindi kinukuha ng testes. Okay, so the various part of the male reproductive system with a summary of their functions. But, about this, like, what is the function or what is the reason why we get one of its pair, I mean, one of the pair ng ano, ng testes 'no, yung isang pair niya kinukuha natin 'no, kasi nga 'di ba they are in pair tapos kunin natin yung isa. So, bakit kaya? What is the reason? So that will be discussed more on production and management kasi parang nakaisa na kasi yan siya lahat doon, eh. Okay, so para mas maintindihan ninyo. And we have the sperm. Okay, we have the sperm need temperatures. Okay, yan. Sperm need temperatures between 2 and 10 degrees centigrade lower than the body temperature to develop. Kaya nga, actually, there are some spermatozoa. Yung nagkuha ako ng spermatozoa ng chicken, it was like malamig siya and some of them mainit. Yun, may nafi-feel ako na gano'n. So this is the reason why the testes are located in a bag of skin called the scrotal sacs or scrotum, yung nakahang, yung naka-coated, yun. So that hangs below the body and where the evaporation of secretion from special glands can further reduce the temperature. Pag sinabing scrotal sacs or scrotum, laging tandaan na they are what we call controlling the temperature. Okay, they are controlling temperature in your testes. Okay, so yun kaya pag malamig, no, matigas or bilog. Pag hot or mainit, no, yun parang nagabitay. Okay, malaylay siya, yun. In many animals, including humans, the testes descend into, descent pala yung term, descent. Ibig sabihin descent, pag descent po, tawag ng descent is castrated, yun, castration or castrated. Pag do not descent naman, indecent at a term yan or not descended, sorry. Pag not descended naman, ang tawag doon ay kapon. Kasi sa loob yun eh. Okay? So, yun. Until sexual maturity and in others, they only descend temporarily during the breeding season. So, nadidescend lang sila during the breeding season. Example is, ang swine ata yun. Meron akong ano niyan, eh. So, mas maganda talaga 'pag nasa ano tayo, production na tayo, okay? So, a mature animal in which one of both testes have not descended is called a cryptorchid and is usually infertile if both testicles have not descended. So, ano ibig sabihin niyan 'no, 'pag walang ano, 'pag sinabi kasing cryptorchid guys, eto yung 'pag sabing not descended, 'pag may nakita kayong let's say yung isang testes is hindi siya nakita doon mismo sa balls, yung parang balls ba ng ano. Usually kasi nagkakaroon ng cryptorchid sa aso. So, 'pag sabihin, "Ay bakit isa lang yung itlog niya, dapat dalawa yung itlog niya." So, 'pag hindi siya nag-descent, meaning cryptorchid yun. So, ibig sabihin, both testicles is infertile. So, hindi sila makakaanak. Hindi ibig sabihin baog ha, hindi lang talaga sila nakakaanak kasi nga, because of the other testes is not descended. Okay, ibig sabihin hindi mo makita yung isang itlog kasi nga wala doon 'no, not descended ibig sabihin cryptorchid ang tawag dun or kulang. Okay, so hindi ibig sabihin na baog yun, okay? So iba din yung term na impotence tsaka, infertile, okay? 'Pag sinabi kasing impotence, eto yung, tawag diyan, yung example mag-copulate or mag-sex pero hindi kayang matapos, yung hindi ba kayang itapos, yung meron kasing ganyan, eh, meron kasing klaseng taong ganyan, yung kahit even hayop, 'no, even hayop meron yan. Yung during the sex intercourse ang nangyayari is that napapagod na lang, hindi pa nalalabasan gano'n. Napapagod na lang, parang hindi hindi tumatayo, yung gano'n ba. Yung merong ganyan, eh, actually may ano ako, may nabasa din akong case niyan, nag-file ng case yung asawa niya kasi yung husband niya is maliit yung titi. Oo, yan po yung first case na na ano, na nabasa na namin ni attorney noon sa criminal law. Hindi pala sa civil law, sa civil law, tsaka sa criminal law kasi meron kasi yun another na ano niya case, ang ginawa niya. So natawa ako sa under sa civil law kasi yung iba dun na ano na case. So ang nangyari is nag-file yung asawa niya, yung wife niya ng kaso kasi nga maliit yung titi ng husband niya. Tapos yung husband niya siyempre nag-ano din, nag-ano din, nag-defend din sa sarili niya, na sinabi niya na sa asawa niya na gano'n talaga yung titi niya. Akala ng asawa din niya na mag-improve pa yun once they already have this sex intercourse. Siyempre hindi na satisfied yung babae, so yun ang nangyari. So they get divorced, okey? So hindi yun dito nangyari, sa China po yun, sa China. It was in China, yun. So nagtawa talaga ako kasi meron palang gano'ng case 'no, i-ano ng asawa, magfa-file siya ng case against sa husband niya kasi maliit daw yun. Tumiyak yung lalaki kasi parang kahihiyan daw yun. It's okay naman to file divorce even hindi naman kailangan spread yung reasons of the reason nga nag-divorce sila, gano'n. Pero that's an example, guys. So that is what we call impotence, yung let's say, dun naman yung init, yung in heat session, 'no, yun na naman yung heating period ng lalaki. Pero wala siyang parang hindi niya kayang magpalabas, gano'n. Hindi niya magpalabas parang ayun mapapagod agad siya, let's say kahit gaano pa kaano hindi tumatayo, gano'n. So that is what we call impotence, okey? 'Pag infertility ito po yung tinatawag natin na baog, okey? They are infertility, even if they have this very aggressive in the sex intercourse and then let's say kahit gaano pa kalaki yun ang penis niya, so and then at the same time, nalalabasan siya, so hindi pa rin nagkakanak because ang kanyang semilya is infertile. So hindi lang sa lalaki usually nagkakaroon ng baog, meron din 'yan sa babae. So how come this thing will come out like, "Sir, paano po nangyari? Bakit po nagkakaroon ng baog?" No, one of the reason is that stress, no, stress sa work, no, and then our gametes cannot provide anymore fertilized, what do you call this? A fertilized egg and sperm, no? A fertilized gametes. That's why yun nagiging baog. And the second one is tawag dun, genetic 'no, sa genetic meron talaga 'yan if one of your family is baog, yun. So meron talaga sa isa pang sa next generation na baog din, okey? So parang nakukuha na din 'yan sa genetics and third is yung 'pag naano tayo na anong tawag dito, parang nakuryente, yung yun ba nakuryente, yun yung basta nakuryente, 'pag nakuryentehan tayo, isa din yun sa mga reason kaya mababaog. 'Pag matagal po nangyari, so dapat after makuryente dapat ask agad ng, recommendation sa doktor on what to do. Kasi possible na puwedeng magbaog, okey? So yun, those are the reasons kung bakit nagkakaroon ng infertility. So magkaiba po yung cryptorchid, impotence, tsaka infertility, ha? Okay, so next we have the problem of keeping sperm at a low enough temperature is even greater in birds that have higher body temperature than mammals. So ibig sabihin, kaya nga, sabi ko nga yung chicken, pag kumukuha ako mainit yung spermatozoa nila kasi nga mataas yung body temperature nila. For this reason, bird sperms are usually produced at night when the body temperature is lower than the sperm themselves are more resistant to it. Ako, nung time na kumukuha kami ng spermatozoa for the sample of artificial insemination in the native chicken, kumukuha ako ng around 3 PM to 4 PM kasi naka-resting time kasi 'yan. So yun marunong na talaga ako maghilot-hilot tsaka makakuha ng spermatozoa sa mga rooster. So yun, that's one of the things na I love to do. Oo, gano'n. Kumukuha ako ng sample tapos chine-check ko sa microscope, ang ganda tignan. Tapos, nilalagay namin sila sa ano, sa chill ano, temperature na hindi gaano kalamig, gano'n. Para lang ma-preserve yung ano, yung spermatozoa and then i-inject namin siya doon sa female, sa hen. Then makikita na namin na ano, makita na namin na meron talaga siyang, improvement, 'yun. Kasi meron 'yan mga ano, mga eggs na lumalabas 'yun, ta's kinakain namin yung eggs kasi hindi ko kung ano ba yung ano, kung ano ba yung lasa, okey, yung gano'n. Tapos yung iba hindi, pinapaano namin sila, pinapa-hatch para ano, para makita namin kung, may abnormalities ba, yun or normal. Actually chine-check namin, kina-count namin yung spermatozoa, okey? 'Pag nagkukuha kami ng sample ng spermatozoa, yun. So, the testis consists of a mass of coiled tubes, which is the seminiferous or the sperm-producing tubules, in which the sperm formed by meiosis. So, we have a diagram later, you can see. So, you have cells lying between the seminiferous tubules, produce the male sex hormone testosterone. So, later on, we will discuss, okay, dito na tayo. We have the diagram here. When the sperm are mature, they accumulate in the collecting ducts and then pass to the epididymis before moving to the sperm duct and vas deferens. The two sperm ducts join the urethra just below the bladder, which passes through the penis and transport both. Ayan. And then we have the ejaculation. Basahin ko muna. Discharges the semen from yan. Unahin lang muna natin guys yung male reproductive system para hindi kayo malito ha. Ejaculation discharges the semen from the erect penis. It is brought about by the contraction of the epididymis, vas deferens, prostate gland, and urethra. Okay, I'll explain it to you guys. So this is what we call the testes. So inside of, mag-zoom in muna tayo. So inside of that testes, we have what we call seminiferous tubule. So this is what we call seminiferous tubule. So inside the seminiferous tubule, dyan po actually yung nagpo-produce ng hormone na tinatawag na testosterone. That is a masculine hormone for male, okay, to make spermatozoa. Okay, to make spermatozoa. So we have the developing sperm, dividing cells that produce sperm, and then developing sperm, and then cells that nourish sperm. So, namin mga nourishments, ganon. Yung mga juices, ganyan. And then, nagpo-produce din ng hormone, testosterone, para makapag-produce ng madaming spermatozoa. Okay? Pag pag konti lang yung sperm ng lalaki, meaning mabagal yung pag-produce ng testosterone, hormone testosterone. 'Pag madami yung spermatozoa ng lalaki, meaning, um, ma madami, mabilis yung, ah pag-supply ng testosterone hormone ng spermatozoa. Pero nakadepende din po 'yan kung, ilang days o let's say gano'n or, yung duration ng paglabas ng pinapalabas yung, similya. Okay, so yung spermatozoa. So we have here 'pag naging matured na po siya, okay, sperm are mature, they accumulate in the collecting ducts. So nag-accumulate sila sa collecting ducts. Sa collecting ducts po, after they are being matured sa seminiferous tubule, kasi ito yung production ng spermatozoa tsaka producing testosterone hormone, nagse-store po muna sila or nagse-stay sila sa collecting ducts. Okay? And then collecting ducts then during the during the tawag diyan, during sa collecting ducts, bakit? Bakit sila nagse-stay sa collecting ducts? Kasi nga wala pa yan sila ano ha, wala pa silang tawag diyan, flagella. Yung flagella ba yung buntot, wala pa silang buntot. So, 'di ba meron yung buntot, right? So, wala pa silang flagella. So, sa collecting ducts, diyan nangyayari yung mga flagella, nagkakaroon ng flagella na, and then yun, nilalagyan ng flagella yung spermatozoa. And then it will store there hanggang pagdating ng ejaculation yung pagdi-discharge na ng semen, yung pagdi-discharge na ng semen. So yun, ejaculation, nagse-sex na dun, sex intercourse na. So dumadaan na, mabilis na dumadaan yung spermatozoa sa epididymis. Okay? Swimming sila sa epididymis papunta sa vas deferens or the sperm duct. Okay? Pag sinabing sperm duct, labasan ng semen. Okay? So, lalabas sila sa sperm duct. Ngayon, saan sila dadaan? So, saan sila dadaan? Okay? Bakit sila the same din sa lalaki na lalabas siya doon sa penis? Kasi yung penis ng lalaki, mayroon yung tinatawag na, ano doon tawag? Yan, ito. So, may tinatawag na may sphincter din po yan, which is kino-close ng example, pag lumabas po yung semen, sorry, pag lumabas po kasi yung semen, kapag yung semen is ready na lumabas, 'no, kino-close ng, kino-close ng sphincter, 'yun, kino-close ng sphincter yung daanan ng ihi, okey, yung urethra. Yung bang tawag dun, ureter ba yung term? Yung urethra yung urethra ba daanan ng ano, daanan ng ihi, okey? So, 'yun, yung urine bladder tapos yung daanan ng ihi palabas. So, kino-close yun ng ano, ng sphincter. So, para lumabas itong si semen. So, 'pag lumabas itong si semen, okey, so mako-close naman yung sphincter sa daanan ng sperm dun sa may vas deferens. Okay, so kaya lumalabas siya papunta doon kaya minsan 'no, kaya nga minsan some of the semen is may kasamang urine, okay. 'Pag may kasamang urine ibig sabihin puno din yung ano mo dapat ihiin muna bago mag-ano, ejaculate, okay. So kasi madumi yun, eh, gano'n. So namamatay din at the same time yung semen, okay. So that's how you're going to okay, that's how you're going to, uh define the process of the male reproductive system. So the semen, it consists of 10% sperm and then 90% of is fluid. So a sperm pass down the ducts from the testes to penis. Accessory glands add various secretion. Kasi si accessory gland, ito yung mga dito si Cowper's gland, sorry, Cowper's gland tuloy. Si prostate gland, seminal vessels, yan, si bulboretal glands, sila yung nagbibigay ng parang amoy ba, amoy doon sa semen. Kaya yung amoy ng semen is medyo mabaho, gano'n. Okey, yun. So, 'pag kumain ng fruits, mabango yung semen, yun, mabango ang semen. Pero 'pag kumain ng meat, fish, ang baho ng semen, okey, mabaho yung semen. Paano mo nalaman yan, sir? Sinabi ng teacher namin yan, eh. Okey, baka yung teacher namin gawain din yan. Kasi way back nung college ako, meron niyang sample kami sa ano namin, breeding and genetics. Tawang-tawa ako dun. Sabi ng teacher ko, whoever, sino yung magbigay ng semen or sperm sa klase para gamitin for ano yan, for test 'no, doon para tignan sa kung buhay ba talaga yung sperm, ay bibigyan ng one plot ng teacher namin. So itong mga boys was doubtful kung ano yung gagawin kasi nga wala ngang source kung saan kukuha ng semen. Ito yung kasi yung teacher namin is ano siya, LGBT siya, he is a gay. And then, bisexual pala, sorry, bisexual. So wala namang nag-ano, walang ano tawag dun, walang nagbigay ng spermatozoa or sperm or semen sa mga kaklase ko. Saan kumuha yung teacher ko, he get it from one of his kakilala, pero sabi niya sa boyfriend niya daw yung galing. Hindi ako ano, eh, hindi kami aware, na-aware na kami after namin kinuha yung results ng semen na yun. Tapos ano yun, tinuruan kami paano siya tignan and then paano i-count yung semen sa loob, yun. Yung sperm, paano siya i-count ang sperm tapos tinitignan namin yung mga abnormalities, abnormalities. Hmm, oo, kasi ayaw ng mga boys, eh, ayaw kasi ng mga boys namin. So, yun nahihiya daw sila. Pero meron yung isa kaming classmate talaga nag-donate din siya. Nag-donate din siya, binigay talaga. Pero sa mga kaklase niya lang din mga lalaki binigay, tapos mga lalaki hindi na siya nagsabi. Oo, hindi na siya nagsabi. So kami parang wala lang kami, parang, ignorante kami tuloy. Yun, so yun nalaman namin na mga ano and then ang ginawa din namin is in-identify din namin yung mga abnormalities. Meron yun, kasama din yun sa semen. Okay, so meron yun, i-discuss din natin yan actually. Okay, so these are the accessory glands. Ito yung mga accessory, we have the seminal vessels, prostate gland, and you have the Cowper's gland. So three different glands may be involved in producing the secretion in which sperm are suspended, although the number and type of glands varies from species to species. Seminal vessels are vesicles are important in rats, bulls, boars, and stallions, but are absent in cats and dogs. Why? Why? Because when present, they produce secretion that make up much of the volume of the semen and transport and provide nutrients to upper the sperm. Kasi nga, yung cats and dogs do not provide more volume of the semen. Yung bulls, boars, tsaka stallion, guys, madami talaga ang napo-produce niyan. na sperm. Okay? Actually, hindi lang cats and dogs yung walang seminal vessels, also the chicken. Okay? Kasi hindi nila kailangan mag-produce ng volume of semen. And then we have the prostate gland. Prostate gland is important in dogs and humans. It produces an alkaline secretion that neutralizes the acidity of the male urethra and female vagina. Okay, no, ang prostate gland, no yan, important in dogs and humans. It produces an alkaline secretion that neutralizes the acidity of the male urethra and female vagina. So, yung prostate gland during kasi ng copulation guys, during the sex intercourse 'no, yan alam naman natin yung babae is prone really to acidity. Especially 'pag pregnant, prone talaga yan sa acidity yung babae. At the same time yung lalaki also the same thing. So si prostate gland once na-produce yun or during ejaculations or during the copulation na ilabas yung sperm from the testes, you know. So ang nangyayari ngayon is that nagpo-produce si prostate gland ng neutralization sa acidity para alkaline yung labas ng spermatozoa para pag-transfer ng sperm ngayon doon sa vagina ng female is hindi siya acidic. Okay, hindi siya acidic kundi alkaline secretion. Okay? So next is we have the Cowper's gland which is known as the bulboretal glands. Okay, bulboretal glands or pag gusto niyo maalala bulbul, yun na yun. Okay? Bulbul or bulboretal glands. Okay? So have various functions in different species. The secretions may lubricate, flush out urine or form a gelatinous plug that traps the semen in female reproductive system after copulation and prevents other males of the same species fertilizing an already mated female. So Cowper's glands are absent in bears and aquatic mammals. Pansin ninyo yung semen is sticky, sticky ba? Sticky. And then, iba din yung amoy. So, yung amoy po, yung nagbibigay ng amoy, it was the prostate gland. Okay? Because of the alkalinity secretion. Yung Cowper's gland, kaya nga amoy siya like chlorine, yung amoy, ganun. So, pag Cowper's gland naman po, siya nagbibigay ng parang sticky ba? Or as lubrication doon sa semen para lumabas talaga siya. And then magstay siya, magka-trap siya doon mismo sa female reproductive system ng matagal. Okay? Kaya meron talaga siyang time duration. So what are you going to do now? What you're going to do is you are going to search both livestock and poultry kung gaano katagal yung duration ng semen. Meron yan 24 hours, 'di ba? Yung lifespan ng semen. Lifespan ng semen ng horse, swine kasi lumalabas yan sa board exam. So I want you to search on that. So actually meron din pala akong ibibigay sa inyo. There are actually lists or terminologies that you need to at least lagay niyo sa visual aids or ilagay niyo sa notes. This is very important thing. So i-send ko ngayon sa inyo para pwede niyo siyang makita. Okay, check niyo rin doon kung meron doon. Kasi andoon din po yung lifespan at saka yung time of estrous cycle. Okay? So yun, yun ang gawin yung i-search ninyo. So this is the seminal vessels, prostate gland, and then the bulboretal gland. Okay? Para aware po kayo. So that is the penis, yan. So tomorrow, I will be discussing more kung bakit ang penis ng pag nagse-sex intercourse yung dog ay naglalak. Okay? So, i-discuss ko yan sa inyo by tomorrow and at the same time kung bakit ano yung shape ng penis ng swine. So, bakit gano'n? Tapos ng cats, 'yun i-discuss ko din 'yan sa inyo by tomorrow, okay? Sa ngayon, 'yun lang munang i-absorb ninyo, digest those terminologies of the male reproductive system para, tomorrow, hindi na tayo mahirapan sa susunod na terminologies, okay? That that could be that could be for tonight. So, naintindihan ba ninyo guys? Naintindihan niyo, very good. Kasi, ayoko din kayo stressful pagdating sa reproductive system. It will siguro take 3 days, ito. So, hinay-hinay lang tayo kasi ang terminologies ay hindi basta-basta. So, especially those impotence, infertility, yung mga cryptorchid, may mga ganun na term. So, I want you to digest that and understand well para pagdating sa board exam, maalala ninyo sila. Okay? So, yan lang muna ngayon and then actually the slide is already given or sent na doon sa ating GC. So, you can read in advance para meron na kayong idea. And then after this, yeah, yun. So, tomorrow na lang tayo mag-continue sa male reproductive system, okay? So, ayun. So, that could be all for tonight and tomorrow again, guys. Again, thank you very much for joining with me until the end of our presentation here in the male reproductive system. So, ayun. Tomorrow again. 감사합니다. 안녕히 주무세요. Yan. 안녕히 가세요, everyone, and 자자요. 날 봐요. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye. Tomorrow again.